going on, everybody? Hey, yes, I shaved my beard. I know. You probably don't recognize me. I almost don't recognize myself, so I'm definitely growing it back. uh, just keeping it lighthearted. I don't know. I just wanted to take some time to talk about my thoughts on everything going on. You know, use my platform just to share my opinion. That's what it's for, right? This sucks. Everything going on, it sucks. Everything that's going on right now, it's terrible. Like, I mean, my first thought is, there's a lot of people upset with the protests and the rioting and the stuff going on, and to me it's like, man, like they just want to be heard, you know? Like a simple, oh man, I knew it was gonna happen. Like a simple firing of a police officer. Sorry, I've been upset all morning about it. Like, fucking racism sucks, man. Like, what are we doing? We gotta be better. Like a simple firing of a police officer ain't gonna work this time. I think that's what that's what I'm hearing from the riots and the protests. And yes, there's idiots, you know, breaking into Targets and burning down businesses and shit. Like, I'm not saying that's a good thing. Like, of course it's not. But the protesting and everything going on in all the cities across the U.S., like, they just want to be heard, man. Like, this shit's going on too long. Like, to me, it's crazy. Like, it wasn't that long ago slavery ended. It wasn't that long ago women could not vote. On a lighter note, you know, it wasn't that long ago you could smoke in every restaurant you wanted to. Like, you know, like you think of the number of years since all those things have passed. I mean, the last one's a small example, but it's just getting the point across of like, damn, yeah, that wasn't that long ago. Like, I was alive on the last one, right? Like, it wasn't that long that a lot of these big changes have happened. Yeah, racism, I mean, racism's still there. It just is, you know, and I think, I don't know what the answer is, but it's clear, you know, it's out there. And man, it sucks, and that's what I'm feeling. Like, that's what I feel, is that they just want to be heard, and they're not being heard, and they're not feeling safe, and they don't feel cops are there to protect them, and they are targeted, you know? And that's what that's what I'm hearing from them. Like, that's the message that's getting sent to me, and I think has been sent for a long time, but it's been happening over and over and over. You know, every 3, 4, 5, 6 months, there's a video that comes out with the same shit over and over and over and over, and I think everybody's just saying it's enough, like myself included. You know, like, it's enough. There's something has to be different. You know, and I think one of the main things I've been thinking about, like, I didn't sleep well at all last night. Like, I'm sure a lot of you guys haven't either, just thinking about this stuff. But like, there's shitty people in every profession. You know, I'm a weightlifting coach. There's bad weightlifting coaches. There's shitty accountants who mess stuff up. There's shitty lawyers who mess stuff up. There's shitty bankers. People who are bad at their job, number one, and people who are crooks or want to be bad, choose to be bad, right? And there's horrible cops too. Terrible cops. But there's also great ones. And that's the same in every profession. But you know what I mean? Like, in every profession, there's good, middle, horrible. So I hate, number one, I believe in law enforcement. I love law enforcement. I think you have to have them. Like, most of them are good. I'm a huge majority. But the difference is between having a bad personal trainer and a bad cop is if you have a bad personal trainer, you're just not going to lose weight. You have a bad cop, another fucking black guy's dead. You know? Like, the consequences are too damn steep to have people like that. You know, so I don't know what that answer is. I mean, you could say stricter hiring and this and this and this, but just the fact that, like, racism is still a thing to me is just, I guess, I mean, you know, I don't understand it. I don't. I'm sure a lot of you guys don't. It's just crazy to me. Like, it's just wild to me. So I don't know. I mean, I didn't really have a point of this video, to be honest with you. Like, there was nothing I was, I didn't start recording with like a big message, a grandiose message. Like, I guess I had a couple points to make, I guess. Like there's shitty people in every profession, there's good people in every profession, but just the consequences are so much more steep when there's a bad cop, right? But I do believe in law enforcement. I believe a large 99% plus are good, but we just can't afford to have that 1% that's still racist, or just even in general police brutality. You know, there's 3 policemen on that man. Mike, another question I have is 3 policemen on him. He was down there kind of fighting a little bit because he couldn't breathe. None of the 3 felt him go limp. We watched the video. He was limp for a period of time. At that point, that's a human. It's a fucking human down there, man. Like, you feel him go limp, you freak out and get an ambulance. One guy came up and checked the pulse, just nonchalantly walked away. Just kind of walked in, whatever, okay. It's a fucking human down there, man. I just don't get it. Yeah, and of course my other point is with the riots and the protests, like, it just hurts, man. Like I understand a lot of people are upset with all the rioting and protesting, and I'm for it, of course. Not when you're breaking shit and breaking into businesses and doing all that stupid stuff. That ain't helping nothing. But I'm for the general idea of it, and I think that's why you're seeing it in so many cities, and it's being led the right way in a lot of them. You're gonna have instances still from morons, but that happens. I believe in it, man. It's people saying, no, this is too much. Like, enough is enough. That we need to see change. There's still racism, like, and of course, I mean, you can't just zap it out of everybody at once. It's generational too, I think. I've met families, known families. I grew up in a small town in Iowa, and I never used the N-word growing up. Like, it's just something I didn't do. My dad would have, beat the shit out of me. But there's families around there where you hear the grandpa saying it, you hear the dad saying it, and then all of a sudden you're in high school and you hear the kids saying it. Like, it's 3 generations. Like, I don't think you can zap it. You can't zap it out of a whole frickin' family, or like out of everybody in the U.S. at once. But we got to start trying. We got to start trying to change 1 generation, 2 generations. Like, this shit's ridiculous, dude. So I don't know. That's just what I get from the protests and the riots. Is want to be heard. They want to be heard. And like, I hear them, and I've seen it for a long time too. It's not like I'm sitting over here going, "Oh yeah, I don't see any racism, and I don't think it's a thing." And like, of course I do. My eyes are open. They have been for a while. Like, just disgust me, man. They're humans. Like, I just don't get it. I can't understand how in 2020 people still have something against black people. Or Mexicans, or, I mean, name the race, like, or name the, like, name any of them. Like, anybody different than Caucasian, name them. Like, how do you have anything against them? Like, we're all people, dude. Like, their skin color's different, they look a little different. Maybe you're Asian, maybe you're this, but who gives a shit? Like, what the fuck? Who cares? How's that make them any better? How's that make them better? How's that make us better? How's it make it? We're fucking people. We're humans. Everybody's, like, I don't get it. I don't know. It frustrates me. So I don't know. I don't know what to change. I don't know what the answer is. I guess I'm just here saying I hear you. Like, I hear you. I'm with you. It sucks. The shit needs to change. I don't know, maybe just thinking live on camera, but maybe, I mean, maybe just the minimum, what we can do at a minimum is what I'm doing, maybe. I don't know, speak up more. White, whether you're white, black, no matter what you are, speak up. Maybe that's it. Maybe you see something wrong, you speak up about it, you post your opinion, whether it's right or wrong or whatever, like just creating conversations about what's going on, like waking up people, you know? Maybe that's a start. And I think that's why so many cities that had nothing to do with what happened are out protesting and rioting right now as we speak. It's because they're saying no, it's not just up there. It's not just there. We saw it here too. We saw it there too. We saw it here too. We saw it in this city. We saw it in our city. I'm walking down the street as a black man. I'm scared. You know, I get pulled over for fucking jaywalking or some shit. Like, you know, or not pulled over, you know, arrested, or I get pulled over just for being black driving down the road going the speed limit, or whatever it is, you know, like everybody. I think that's why the other cities are doing it. They're saying we see it too, we feel it too, we felt it for years, for decades, for hundreds of years, right? And they're just, I mean, they're done with it, you know. And I think the best thing about a lot of those protests and riots too is there's a lot of white people in them. They got to be there if you believe in it, you know. And it's a good protest. I understand people not going there if they feel it's unsafe because some of the moronic, you know, some of the stupid protesting, the riots going on and breaking shit, but man. Sorry guys, I just been, I actually sat out here till like 3 a.m. last night, like from probably 1 or 2 a.m. to 3, a couple hours, just sitting out here thinking, use this little table right here. But I've just been in and out of like all day, just in and out of thought and feeling sad, feeling upset. It's not understanding people, like that racism still is a fucking thing, like. It's just crazy. I don't know. So those are my thoughts. I don't know.